Hey Tumblr, how's that glare treating you? Yeah, you're gonna see that the entire time. So I'm doing the Wincest accent meme, and I was gonna do it a while ago, but I went to my in-laws, and so I kind of dropped the ball on that one when it was cool. So maybe you guys are still interested, maybe you're not. Okay, so my name and username, I'm Nana. Your fandom sucks. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that by now. Where do you live? Chicago, Illinois. So that's where my accent's from. I haven't lived anywhere else my entire life. So pronounce the following words, and I assume this means as written. So let's see. Dean and Sammy, bitch, jerk, erotically codependent, soulmates, Samulet, Impala, shotgun, cake hole, mullet rock, hunting trip, the family business, chick flick, moments, two queens, antiquers, which I always think about antiqueers because of reasons. Sasquatch, short bus, bitch face, pig in a poke, herpexia, salt and burn, funky town. I can't pronounce that next word. I guess I'm dumber than most Sam and Dean shippers. And OTP, who tops and why. I could write an essay about the subject, and get out of here. And I have. I've definitely written a million essays on the subject, but the short answer is Sam. And if you want some kind of explanation, just like look at the way that they have sex. Sam obviously can't be tamed by anyone, except for maybe Lucifer, maybe. So that's like the TDLR of my answer. What made you start shipping it? I was really late into the Wincest thing, and it was like season 5. I shipped Dean and Bella, and Sam and Ruby. Like that's what sold the show for me in the beginning. Before the last episode where you find out she was evil, which I was really angry about. And my friend first showed me Supernatural because she's like, well, they're brothers and you love incest ships and this is for you. But I didn't really catch on to it until Dark Side of the Moon and the whole soulmates thing that really interested me. But I wasn't really like paying attention when I was watching. I remember watching a lot of it when I was sick and I was borrowing the DVDs and, you know, like I wasn't focused on what made them such a great match. And then I rewatched the show after I realized that they were, and you know, it all kind of started making sense to me. Oh, shit, sorry, my thing went out. So your favorite Wincest moment? I like all of them. I'm a big sucker for like the kind of unconscious, like touching things. Favorite moments, though, God, do I get to choose like Soulless Sam moments too? Because I like the one that makes me laugh a lot is when Soulless Sam and Dean are talking on the phone when he's about to get abducted. But as far as like real romantic things go, I don't really have one. I just love like watching them interact. I think the Slinky thing was really cute. Maybe I'd go with the Slinky thing for now, but I'm sure that'll change like in 2 days when I watch another episode. My favorite kind of wits is fan fiction. I don't read fan fiction. I'm so picky that I just kind of stopped reading it because like almost nothing makes me like happy. The one I read that I liked for Wincest was the Sweet Verse. I think that's what it's called, and it's really fucked up. And there's like all this dub con, and I'm just an awful person. Like I'm just an awful person. My favorite kind of AU, I don't like AU at all, and I don't like when they're not brothers, and I don't like established relationship, and I don't like any of that shit at all. I said I'm so picky, and I am. I guess Prison Break is probably the closest thing to an AU fan fiction, because it's like the same thing. My perfect end for them, I just want them to be happy at this point, and I know a lot of people say, like, death is the answer, and I don't know if that's the answer. I don't know. I kind of trust the like, after being with Sam and Dean for so long, the writers are going to know how to, like, end the series, and I trust them to make the right choices. There it goes out again. End your post with a favorite Wincest phrase or quote. Okay, I'm you know how like forgetful I am, because like every day I'm like, hey guys, can you tell me when this happened, like what episode or what, and but so I don't know it like word for word, but the one where Dean is you know, telling Sam in the car that he, you know, he couldn't go through with saying yes to Michael because he didn't want to disappoint his brother, and it says so much about like Dean's character and Sam's too in certain ways, because they've had like some kind of the same moments, like the idea that like the idea of killing millions of people wasn't enough to like make him want to react differently, but the idea of disappointing his brother does, and that's like, it's so like sick and it's so twisted, but it's so beautiful. I don't know, it's so like them, and that's why I love it. Um, and there's an extra credit with your own personal headcanon, and I can't really think of any right now on the fly, but I do have one that I remembered from like, I tried to make this video earlier and it was horrible. So one thing I always thought of is that I don't think that when the boys were younger they were very close. You know, you see instances where Dean is very sweet to Sam and Sam is very sweet to Dean, but you know, you hear them talk about what their childhood was like, and you see Sam's disconnect, especially, you know, like he just left for Stanford and he didn't say anything to his brother, and his brother agreed with, you know, his dad about like not coming back and shit. So you see that disconnect, and it makes sense, you know, that maybe Dean kind of, you know, he was a little boy and he didn't know how to process what happened to his mother, and so he kind of like put a little bit of that on Sam, and you know, Sam's a little boy and he doesn't know how to react, and he doesn't know like what the hell happened, so he, you know, he reacts to his brother, so they kind of, you know, you hear, you know, like Dean left him somewhere, you know, they fought or whatever, and I don't know, you just, you could tell that they weren't always like this like erotically codependent, like they loved each other and they fought for each other and they needed each other, but they weren't always like they were now, and you know, most of it was just them being children and not being able to understand, you know, why things were the way they are and why their circumstances were so horrible. So that's like my only bit of headcanon, and so yeah, this has been a 7-minute, 30-second waste of your time. I hope you liked it.